Eazy wanted to kill Suge himself. He just wanted to kill Suge.
They get blood from somebody with AIDS, and then they shoot you with it.
Oh, so that seems bad.
That's a slow death.
Yeah.
The Eazy E thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Ice Cube has lit a fire under Eazy E's death. We're taking you back to the 90s for this one. Eazy E, the king of solo success, is dominating the music scene. But tragedy struck when he was just 31 years young. And a few decades later, people are still scratching their heads wondering, where did Eazy E go? Well, it turns out there is a wild conspiracy theory swirling around his legacy that's got everyone talking. In the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, Eazy E stepped up to a star-studded news conference on March 17, 1995. And he dropped a bombshell on the world. He has AIDS. Now, his friend and lawyer, Ron Sweeney, spilled more beans, revealing that Eazy E had found out just 2 weeks earlier. And now, he's in critical condition, fighting the good fight at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in LA. But things are far more complicated than that press conference. Now, before we get into it, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to never miss out on any new videos. It's free and helps us tremendously bring out new content for your enjoyment. Years ago, there was a wild fight unfolding on the West Coast rap scene. On one side, you had Ruthless Records, which once upon a time was NWA's stomping ground. On the other side, Death Row Records, founded by the infamous Suge Knight, who had big plans for his main man, Dr. Dre. Another major player in the game was the legendary Jerry Heller, former NWA manager and co-founder of Ruthless Records. And it turns out old Jerry wasn't too happy about how Suge Knight was playing in the sandbox. Suge wanted Dre to jump ship, and he didn't hesitate to show it. Now, if you're wondering how, let's just say he brandished some very intimidating weapons like baseball bats and lead pipes. Pretty sure those aren't part of signing a contract, but we digress. Now, recently, Jerry Heller spilled the beans in an interview with the Murder Master Music Show, and this is where things get wild. According to Jerry, the late and great Eazy E once approached him with a bone-chilling proposition. Eazy looked Jerry square in the eye and said, "You know that dude Suge Knight? I'm gonna take him out." Eazy was ready to settle the score, thinking Suge was up to no good. Now, Jerry obviously had a tough decision to make. He mulled it over and thought, hold up, we're making a mad bank here at Ruthless Records. We're breaking records left, right. We're just a small team. Do we really want to resort to murder? It didn't quite add up in his mind. Jerry tried to talk some sense into Eazy, saying, hey buddy, killing this guy might not be the best move for us. We're already killing it in the music biz without actually killing anyone. But looking back, Jerry has some regrets. He thinks maybe he should have let Eazy E follow through on his plan. He believes it could have changed the game, keeping Ruthless Records on top. Dr. Dre and Ice Cube also might have stuck around, and they would have built an empire together. But that is where the bittersweet end to Eazy E's story comes in. On that fateful day of March 26, 1995, just a month after receiving his diagnosis, Eazy E tragically passed away. The clock ticked away, and at approximately 6:35 p.m. PST, the world lost a legend. It was a somber moment as the music community mourned the loss of a true icon. During the funeral service at the First African Methodist Episcopal Church, Reverend Cecil Murray took to the pulpit to honor Eazy E's life and deliver some profound words of wisdom. With heartfelt emotion, he urged everyone in attendance to find solace in the memories of Eazy's life, while also reflecting on the lessons his passing could teach us all. In a rather poignant gesture, Reverend Murray pointed his finger at the coffin, speaking of a little black bird that sings. And what were the lyrics of this symbolic bird song? They were a powerful message. I want you to live. I want you to be careful. I want you to slow down. Can you just imagine the alternate universe where Eazy E actually went after Suge Knight? That message definitely would have had a very different meaning. Alas, Jerry talked him out of it, and the rest is history. But fans are still convinced something is fishy. This one person said, after watching the Eazy E documentary, I believe Suge Knight had something to do with his death, Biggie's and Tupac. The world apparently doesn't really believe AIDS to be the cause of Eazy E's death, and now there's theories it was something far more sinister. When the news of the godfather of gangster rap's passing hit, fans were left left stunned, questioning how quickly Eazy-E's condition had worsened. But there is an important aspect of HIV that we must understand. According to HIV.gov, it's not uncommon for individuals who have contracted HIV to display no symptoms at all. They may appear healthy, leaving no clue of the silent battle that's raging within. And this phase is known as the clinical latency stage, where the virus quietly resides and develops without causing noticeable symptoms. Eventually, though, HIV takes its toll on the immune system. As time goes on, those weakened defenses pave the way for the onset of the symptoms, indicating the transition from clinical latency to AIDS. This is when the person's health really starts to deteriorate, accompanied by weight loss and illnesses like pneumonia, which is the very illness that claimed Eazy-E's life. However, those close to him during his final months didn't witness any drastic changes in his appearance or behavior. Now, members of Bone Thugs and Harmony, who had just signed with Ruthless Records around the time of Eazy-E's diagnosis, shared their perspective. In an interview with Angel Yee, Crazy Bone revealed,
"Dude had full-blown AIDS, and he looked like he regular. He was like, still had his weight, still cocky, still looking like a regular dude, and it just came about all of a sudden, you know."
Lazy Bone chimed in, emphasizing,
"Yo, the dude was strong, cocky, man, really built like a little tank."
But then, many pointed at Suge's involvement. And what made all of this even worse was that they had even talked about hurting each other. Now again, according to Jerry Heller, the co-founder of Ruthless Records, Eazy-E held a strong animosity toward Suge Knight and had expressed that desire to kill him. In a recent interview on UGS Radio's The Master Music Show, Heller talked about Eazy's vendetta against Suge, specifically regarding Dr. Dre. Eazy reportedly said,
and Eazy said, "You know this guy Suge Knight?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Well, I'm going to kill him." He said, "This guy's going to be a problem, and I think I should kill him."
Heller, however, attempted to dissuade the NWA rapper from carrying out that violent act, considering the success of their own label. He emphasized the achievements of Ruthless Records, saying,
I said, "First of all, we're doing $10 million a month with 6 employees. We don't even have a typewriter in the office." I said, "We're the most successful startup record company in the history of the music business. And you want to kill this guy?" I said, "That just doesn't make any sense to me."
Now, reflecting on the situation, Heller actually expressed regret for stopping Eazy from his plan. He even went as far as to say that,
"And you know something? I should have let him kill him."
Yeah.
You know, I would have done the world a favor. He would have done it for sure, by himself. You know, he always rolled by himself, and he was fearless.
now he admitted,
So I think that he was going to go do it. I took him seriously. I talked sense to him because he did listen to me, and I was always very logical. So logic always worked with Eazy. He was a logical guy himself. He was very emotional, but he was always logical.
The conversation between Eazy-E and Heller also involved discussions about potential repercussions from killing Suge Knight. Despite considering the possible consequences, Heller says he still regrets convincing Eazy to not go through with it. He believes that had Eazy taken action, Ruthless Records would have likely thrived, and both Dr. Dre and Ice Cube would have remained a part of the label, leading to the creation of a musical empire. Now, Ruthless Records, founded by Eazy and Heller back in 1987, did experience financial difficulties over time. And eventually, after Eazy-E passed away from AIDS in 1995, the label's success hit a wall. Eazy and Dr. Dre had a long-standing feud that persisted until Eazy's untimely death at the age of 31. And now, even Ice Cube is emphasizing that Suge had a major role to play in his death. There was an episode of the podcast Impulsive where conspiracy theory was discussed. During that conversation, they talked about the idea of getting creative when it comes to killing someone, rather than simply shooting them. The way that they described their preferred method of taking care of someone was eerily reminiscent of how Eazy-E passed away. This led to the conspiracy theory suggesting that Suge Knight could have potentially been the person who intentionally infected Eazy-E with AIDS. Now, Ice Cube was asked about this theory, and he responded by saying,
"Nah, I think if somebody poke you with one of them goddamn needles, you know."
and Ice Cube dismissed the concept as crazy. One person, however, was super convinced, and they said Suge Knight gave Eazy E AIDS because he wouldn't release Dr. Dre and DOC from Ruthless breaking news. So, what do you think? Comment down below and let us know. And if you like this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week, where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.